Hi everyone, it's Shams at Mascara. So let's talk about the Solid LED UV Bond Clear Glue. And this little game changer is going to make life so much easier for you when it comes to the application of full cover tips or soft gel tips. So let's get into it. So as you can see, it is a solid UV bonding gel. It is almost sticky, quite gooey, but yet easy to work with. So that's what makes it so unique. And I think the best part of all is that you can say goodbye to flash curing. So we wouldn't need to call a friend to hold our lamps for us anymore, because this gel just makes the application so much easier. So you can use a spatula to apply this to your natural nail. You can also use your fingers, but there are a few rules to remember when using your fingers, and that's going to be number one, make sure you swipe your hands with cleanser so that we lessen the chance of oil residue transfer, and wash your hands after the application to make sure that you remove all residues. So let's start with prep. Prep will stay as per instruction. We're going to apply dehydrate to dry out the surface of the nail, and straight after that you're going to apply a coat of your Pro 10 bond to add that double-sided bond ability. Then I've prepped out a full cover tip and I'm using the almond shape. I haven't etched it all the way through because I'm hoping that in this video you will be able to see how I apply this bond and how I actually squeeze it down onto the nail for the adhesion and the application process. So prep your nail as per instruction and then we are good to go. So if you're going to use your fingers, I would suggest using a cleanser to wipe your fingers so that we don't get any oil residue transfer. And you are going to scoop out a little bit and put it on your hand and roll it into a ball. Try not to handle the gel too much if this is your preferred application. It's just going to be a quick roll and then straight onto the nail plate. If you're using a glove, you will see that it can be difficult because it will stick to your glove. So I would suggest either your hand or use the spatula, which is my preferred method, because this way we are lessening the chance of getting overexposure because we're not handling any raw product. So scoop a little bit out of your jar and you will notice it is quite sticky, but you will see it's quite easy to work with. That's just the uniqueness of this product. So you scoop out a little bit, and again, when it comes to the amount to use, that's going to be something that you're just going to have to gauge as you go along. You will get the feel of it as you're working with it, knowing if you're scooping too much. So you don't need that much, you just need a fair amount that will cover the nail plate. And using the spatula, I'm applying it by squashing it down and then working it around the cuticle area and down the side walls. Now don't apply it too close to the cuticle, because remember we're going to use some pressure when we apply the full cover tip, and we don't want the product to get onto the cuticle area and then you're going to struggle to remove all that product. So just a little bit away, it will squeeze out and cover and bond that surface perfectly. So from the cuticle area, we're going to rock our tip down towards the free edge and use a nice slow controlled motion, because you will see how the product just gently squeezes out down towards the free edge, and you will have almost zero air bubbles, as in my case after a few tries, zero air bubbles. So once you get the swing of it, it's just so easy to work with. And there you go, look at that, I haven't even cured it and my tip is staying in place. So that for me was a huge advantage. And once it's in place, you can now use your cuticle stick and you can easily go around the edges to remove any product residue or excess, and that comes away quite effectively, quite easily, and just cleans off the skin with a breeze. So no more brushes, no more product residue or stickiness. It's just all made easy with this product. So once you're happy with your application and you're sure that you've got no air bubbles that are bothering you, because you can squash them out while it's uncured, you're going to zap this into your light for 60 seconds. And once it's cured, you've got the secure bond onto the nail. And I'm turning it to the side so that you can see it hasn't created any bulk. You can now do your application with your e-file or your hand file just to smooth out your cuticle area to make your tip blend in really well. And that's it, guys. That is the application using the solid UV bond. I love it because it is so easy to do this, and it just eliminates all the fussiness that was surrounded with doing it with a runny, a gel product. So you do have a choice. If you prefer using Supreme, you can, but I must say I'm loving the solid LED UV bond, and I hope you give it a try and enjoy doing your full cover tips.